All right, so for those of you that don't know, the Not Like Us saga continues. I feel like there's been so much stuff that's come out about like not just the song in general, but like the things that have happened afterwards. This beef is like probably gonna be one of the longest standing active beefs that we've probably seen in hip hop for a while. So most recently, DeMar DeRozan, well, the Raptors were having a jersey retirement ceremony, the first ever jersey retirement for Vince Carter. And DeMar DeRozan, who's now playing on the Kings, his team was playing there that night. And Drake being the ambassador for the Raptors, obviously he showed up to the game to support and show love to Vince Carter. You know, being one of the icons for the city, like he really probably would be one of the first people to really put Toronto on the map in terms of like notoriety. Before events, a lot of people didn't even know. I'm sure a lot of Americans probably thought Toronto was just an extension of America, or sorry, Canada was an extension of America, or it's just past the border, it's just Alaska. So, but yeah, Vince did that for the city, and so yeah, Drake was at the game, and if you don't know what happened in the Not Like Us beef, so Kendrick had a bar in the song basically saying he's glad DeRozan came home, saying that Toronto didn't deserve him. And he was in the video, he was at the show, and him being a friend with Drake, so for the 9 years that he was in the city, and even afterwards, obviously Drake was gonna feel a way about it. But what ended up happening is after the song came out and after the video came out and the concert happened, DeRozan was like backtracking a bit. You could tell he was. I think he had went on an interview maybe 2 weeks after the show saying, "Nah, that's my boy, blah blah blah. It's all love. Drake's my boy, and whatever." And for people, I think for people that were involved with that song in any capacity, Drake looked at those like you're automatically an enemy at that point. And for DeMar being someone that Drake looked out for, Drake, you know, supported for all his time in Toronto and even afterwards, pretty much it became the same thing for him and DeMar. So DeMar just assuming that even after doing that, their relationship would still be, you know, cool. Honestly, it made no sense to me. I'm sure after all that stuff happened and everything came out, it's a little naive for DeMar to think that things would still be cool after that. So yeah, I'm gonna go through a couple of the clips. So this was like, I think probably around the time the game started. So Drake and Chubbs were at the game, and basically, yeah, they were mean mugging him the whole time. And I'm gonna sound biased as shit, but a lot of people online especially have been saying, oh yeah, no, Drake's corny for this, like he's at work technically, so why are you coming to the man's job and trying to mean mug him and act tough? Like, my nigga, you did what you did, and this is probably my first time seeing you since that incident happened. Like, you gotta draw a line in the sand pretty much and just show people where you at. Like, you can't try to be especially after he did that, you can't come there and like be buddy buddy and be happy and be friendly with them. So you really got to just stand your ground on whatever, you know, however you're actually feeling. I get the people saying that DeMar did that because he's from Compton, but I'm be real with you, regardless of what relationship he had with Kendrick, the amount of love that Drake showed DeMar, like, I've never seen Kendrick show DeMar that type of love other than when the song happened. And I'm sure they probably, you know, hung out in the city. I think they grew up together. So who knows what their behind the scenes relationship like? Who knows how often they really spoke? I really don't think they talked that much. But yeah, like from the public perspective, like if you look at it, it would seem like regardless of where DeMar's from, Drake has been the one that's kind of like been supportive of him his whole NBA career. And even afterwards, like Drake's putting him in songs, Drake's putting him in commercials. I think Drake had was it the SPs or the SNL, like something like that. And yeah, he put DeMar in that skit, and it's just like, I don't really know what Kendrick has done for DeMar up until this point, other than putting him in the song and putting him in the video. So I get the loyalty thing and being loyal to the city, but you gotta understand, like, sometimes you can be blinded by loyalty as well. And I think this is one of the cases where it happened, because you can't have someone that showed you, like, the least he could have done is just stayed out of it. Like, yeah, he put your name in the song, whatever, cool. You could have just texted her, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that, you know. But yeah, like, for him to actually go to the video and be at the pop out and then afterwards just trying to be like, yeah, nah, that's my homie, that's my, you know, that's my best friend. So for people to be surprised that Drake even felt like that, like, I'm confused by it. So Drake said this during, so he was on the broadcast too, when they were playing when they were playing the game on TSN, and he said this during the game. And like, this is letting you know like how he feels about the situation. Like, Drake's a person that he's an ambassador with the Raptors. He has a bunch of deals. Like, for him to even say something like this on TV really shows you how he feels.
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull
Yeah, you could hear him literally about to say, if you ever put a fucking
Yes,
Yeah,
if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question. Is that what you're gonna ask? No.
Yeah, like, you could clearly see how he feels about it. So it's like, what y'all want from him? Like, do you want him to be passive aggressive, or do you want him to be like, all right, this is how I feel, I'm standing on it, there's no way around it? I feel like if he didn't do anything in that situation, people would have still had something to say and been like, oh yeah, look, he came to your city and you didn't do anything about it, or you didn't say anything or anything like that. So I don't know, I feel like social media at this point is probably just on the let's all hate on Drake train, and I don't get it, because it's been literally the opposite for the last 15 or however many years he's been active. So seeing everybody turn their back, I guess you would say, on him is still kind of weird to me. Even this is an interview from 3 years ago where DeMar basically was talking about like Drake, and I guess his relationship with him.
Crystal is to the Clippers. He's that to Toronto. And I'm talking about Drake. What's it like playing when he's going in on everybody? You know, he's trash, but he's friendly with everybody, but he's giving everybody the business.
This bitch ass nigga got my brand on, like, nigga.
And you like, bro,
take that knocked off, bro.
He dropped 40 on us, man. Sit down, leave that man alone.
No, you gotta let him be him, because he gonna talk mess beforehand. And a lot of times, a lot of players on the other team, before he talk mess on the court, he gonna text you and talk crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he doing, and you know, we.
What do you guys talk about?
Man, we just really sat there and you know that.
Bro, you got traded, and I get how you feel about the organization, but Drake did not trade you, my nigga. You got traded by the Raptors, not the Toronto Raptors, not by the Toronto Drakes. Like, for you to be in that video, for you to be as naive as you are and insert yourself in that beef just because you felt the way about the city, or you felt about the way the transaction or the trade, like, come on.
Size, basketball, everything, just the reassurance of, like, you know, that was my partner. That was a friend. That was a friend of mine that was like, man, get away from everything. I know it's crazy. I couldn't even turn on TV that day. Phone was going crazy. I just went over there and
I'm glad they traded your ass too, nigga, because literally the next year they got a championship.
We sat and talked for hours. Sat and talked, and I think more than anything, just him being there for me as a friend.
Right.
First and foremost, you know, and
crazy.
No matter what, you know, when it comes to him, he'll forever have a friend in me and loyalty out of me, because, you know, he
I don't think this nigga know the definition of loyalty, but whatever.
Cared.
Yeah, he was there for you.
He was there for me when
he monetized that. He didn't break bread with me.
Yeah, like, seeing that interview from what I guess that would be 2021, and then, you know, how it progressed into today, it's just like, it's ridiculous, bro. Like, my biggest thing is like, yeah, I get it, you're coming from the city, I get it, you had a relationship with Kendrick, I get it, Kendrick put you in that song, but if it's me, like, if I got a relationship with both guys, I'm just gonna stay out of it. I'm not even gonna attempt to insert myself into that beef, because I know my other friend might feel away because this friend said something. And as much as people get it, Cole, for backing out of the beef, you know, he kind of like tried to state, he decided after he dropped the song, he decided, yo, I shouldn't be involved. I don't want to be involved in this because it's not going where I think it would go. So you should have done the same thing, man. And for the people online saying like Drake's corny for what he did at the game, it's like, bro, y'all don't know what y'all want at this point. Like, it's either he's acting tough or he's not tough, or I don't know what you want him to do at the end of the day. Like, being a gangster and being a man are two different things. So it's like, bro, if you get into a situation with someone, you don't have to be a gangster to like stand your ground and, you know, be real about the situation. You don't have to, just because of your public persona as like a, you know, rapper or pop star or R&B singer, whatever people want to call it, you don't have to, you know, not have your emotions show. Like, if somebody gets you angry, just be angry. Like, what the hell? There's no reason to hide it from people. So I don't know, man. This stuff is getting out of hand in terms of like social media and just people just spewing bullshit online. So it's weird to see, but I guess that's the ripple effects of the beef. So I'm interested to see what the next saga or what the next episode of this is gonna be. Super Bowl, when that comes, it's gonna be, yeah, social media is gonna be going crazy. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this plays out. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Is DeMar a hoe? I think he is. Is he not? Is Drake's being over hated on? Like, let me know what you guys think.